This Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer, and it has been another violent season in Chicago. The country's third largest city is on pace again this year to have far and away the most homicides of any city in America, and the numbers are staggering. In a single weekend last month, 74 people were shot in Chicago. 12 of them died. As police fight to keep up with the violence, they've taken more than 5,500 illegal guns off the streets this year. And now one organization is trying to make some good of them. NBC's Kevin Tibbles has our Sunday closer.
Driving the streets of a notorious West Side Chicago neighborhood, Mike Anton with the Cook County Sheriff's Department speaks of a recent murder that happened in broad daylight.
They shot him over 20 times. The guy was dead before he hit the ground. Right here, we get there, I mean, the guy's just, he's done. It's a shame. He's probably 19, 20 years old.
Gun violence in some areas of Chicago has reached frightening proportions.
Gun violence,
30 people
6 of them died.
As the tally of summer shootings rises with the temperature.
You're working with their families.
The Cook County Sheriff is Tom Dart.
How big is the illegal gun problem here?
You know, it's a lot easier just to ask people who does not have a gun as opposed to who has a gun.
In an atmosphere of unemployment and the lack of opportunity, the street gangs and their weapons flourish. Liberty United takes some of those weapons, those seized by law enforcement, and turns them into a force for good.
These are evidence tags that go on every piece that they store in evidence. And then we take these and melt them down and form them into a material that we can then incorporate into these products like beaded bracelets.
Beautifully crafted jewelry from the twisted metal of a destroyed gun. Liberty United is the creation of Ethos Water founder and entrepreneur Peter Thune and his wife, actor Cara Bono, from the series Stranger Things.
It's the idea of transformation, of making something that was destructive into something that is beautiful. Who would have thought that this would be possible from some gunmetal and that it would actually be used for good?
That good? Up to 25% of the profits from the sale of jewelry are used to help fund community projects across the country.
We're basically taking something that's worth less than nothing and turning it into money to help children who are at great risk of either becoming the victims or the perpetrators of violence.
Kids like these.
I could just be walking down the street and somebody just shoot me.
I can't even go to a party without wondering if it's gonna get shot up.
Half the time boys join gangs because at home they don't get the love they're supposed to, but with their friends, they just might.
Children's home and aid counselor Marcus Lucy says this program that receives funding from Liberty United provides a safe haven. Would they be opening up like this outside of these four walls?
Typically not. I mean, they don't have any places to go where they can just be open like that with their feelings. So for them to even tap into that and share that here, it is amazing to watch.
To date, more than $100,000 has been donated to programs in cities like Chicago, Philadelphia, and New Orleans, from the remnants of firearms that have been transformed.
Turn them into something that is not only useful, but in some of their jewelry is, quite beautiful. It's not going to end the gun problem, but it's a wildly creative way to deal with this issue.
This is ultimately about the most vulnerable people in our society. And so we can't solve every problem, but maybe we can solve part of this one.
For Sunday Today, Kevin Tibbles, Chicago.
Kevin, thank you very much.